Welcome to this lesson on solvent versus solute. Today, we're going to understand the fundamental difference between the dissolving medium and the dissolved substance. These are two essential components that make up every solution you encounter in chemistry and everyday life. Before we dive into solvents and solutes, let's first understand what a solution actually is. A solution is a homogeneous mixture where one substance is completely dissolved in another. Homogeneous means the mixture is uniform throughout, with no visible separation between the components. Think of sugar water or salt water, where you cannot see the individual particles once they're mixed. The solvent is the dissolving medium. It's the substance that does the dissolving. In other words, the solvent is the component that breaks down and disperses the other substance throughout itself. The solvent is usually present in greater quantity in the solution. For example, in a glass of salt water, water is the solvent because it's doing the work of dissolving the salt. The solute is the dissolved substance. It's the substance that gets dissolved by the solvent. The solute is typically present in a smaller quantity compared to the solvent. Using our salt water example again, salt is the solute because it's the substance being dissolved. The solute particles become evenly distributed throughout the solvent. Here's the key difference you need to remember. The solvent does the dissolving, while the solute gets dissolved. The solvent is the active component that breaks down the solute, and the solute is the passive component that becomes dispersed throughout the solvent. This relationship is fundamental to understanding how solutions form. Let's look at the classic example of a saltwater solution. When you dissolve salt in water, water acts as the solvent and salt acts as the solute. The water molecules surround and separate the salt particles, causing them to spread evenly throughout the liquid. This is why you can't see the salt once it's fully dissolved, even though it's still there. Solutions aren't just liquids. Here are more examples. In sugar water, water is the solvent and sugar is the solute. In air, nitrogen gas is the solvent and oxygen is the solute. In soda, water is the solvent and carbon dioxide gas is the solute. Even solid solutions exist, like brass alloy, where copper is the solvent and zinc is the solute. Solutions can be gas in gas, solid in liquid, gas in liquid, or even solid in solid. Here's an easy way to remember the difference. The solvent does the work, while the solute gets worked on. The solvent is the dissolving medium that provides the environment, and the solute is the dissolved substance that becomes distributed within that medium. Keep this simple relationship in mind, and you'll never confuse the two again.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.